general hookup and walk around of a Case 2000 series planter. As far as all of our hydraulic hoses, hydraulic and electrical go, we'll want to get those all hooked up, and in the process make sure they're in a uniform enough routing that we don't have to worry about any catching on any of our hitch anywhere. And as we come back on any of our main connections, anywhere the hoses are routed through, just take a look at them, make sure all of our electrical connections and wiring don't have any pinches in them where they've been smashed or anything like that. And as we come back on the planter, just for a good visual walk around when you have it unfolded the first time in the spring, just take a look at everything, anywhere we have any lines coming together, make sure we don't see any excess oil anywhere. Come all the way down our draft tubes on both sides, just do a quick visual, making sure we don't have any leaks. And as we get back to our planter frame and our hoses are going where they need to go, we can just kind of do a easy walk down and make sure anywhere we have a block or we have our vac fans, just make sure we don't have any sort of oil leaks forming anywhere. Usually pretty easy to see where we're running our air compressor. We'll cover the rest of that in another video. We can also check any of our airline connections coming down the frame, or also on this planter our wet boom for our liquid system. And as we come around the back side, we can come back to our grow units, making sure all of our hoses are hooked up, all of our electrical connections are hooked up. And as we get ready to plant and are putting our seed disc, getting our meters ready to go, it's just an easy visual to come down through, make sure our meter's plugged in. If we have a speed tube, make sure our speed tube's plugged in, make sure our vac lines on our meters are plugged in, our feed from our bulk fill. And then it's just an easy walk down through, make sure we don't see anything out of place or seeing anything getting pinched or in an awkward location. Just a brief look over can catch a lot of things. Also, as we get to the back of our main frame, we'll be checking our tire pressures before season. Also make sure on our lift cylinders we're not developing any leaks on any of the hoses there, especially back in our main valve block up underneath our bulk tanks. That is a main place. If we do have a oil leak in the center, that's a good place to start looking. As we come back around, we can visually check all of our crossover hoses for our Delta Force. Like I said, all of our air lines going to our clean sweeps, our two-stage closing. Get over by our alternator, check oil, make sure we don't have any leaks going on there. We'll come back around the front side. We can check all of our cleaners. And also the one other main thing we need to do before going to the field, whether it's the first time or season to season, we need to make sure that our planter is level. In doing that, we need to be going forward, set the planter in the ground, and then check our measurements in a level area, front to back of the toolbar, to make sure we are at the same height in both. On our 2-point models, it's easy, we can just adjust our 3-point setting. On our drawbar models, we can adjust the length of draw on our cylinder, or we can adjust our clevis. Those are the general things we need to just do a quick walk around and check before we go to the field.